did Facebook Live, and then when we were at home, we got to do mostly the Voice of Bayport, and then the final game, the sectional game, where we played Kimberly, and we're like, okay, we celebrated our victory over Appleton North in the regional finals, and we get a text from Chris, who runs Voice of Bayport. He's like, hey, do you guys want to do the Kimberly live? And we're like, yeah, we do. So we get to go in the box, and we're way up top. And then someone's like, hey, the Kimberly feed is down. And I'm like, okay, you probably have to listen to us, right? And I flat out said early on, I said, we are a Bayport radio station, YouTube page, viral page.
Viral.
And I said, this is a one side. This is Max McGee and Jim Irwin right here, right? Like there is, and I'll be honest, I think I mentioned Kimberly's name twice, and the only girls I gave any recognition to were Emily and Katie, because Katie had 2 goals, but I wouldn't say awesome. Names. I would only say numbers. Me and my buddy Jason. So, I get a text from one of the Kimberly parents. They're like, hey, did you guys hear, like, I guess there were some complaints. And I'm like, for what? So I got a hold of the guy who runs the Voice of Bayport, and he's like, yeah, we got a little bit of problem just because they were saying that we were one-sided. And I'm like, we were one-sided. Like there's no doubt about it. Like we didn't say anything bad about them.
No, I watched that game.
But we didn't really say anything about it. Yeah. And it was one-sided.
Yeah.
But there's a rumor that we might be picked up to do the boys' games next year. A little more booth time.
Oh, boy. Boy. I like it.
I'm trying to get into football, baseball, and swimming and golf. I'm trying to just do it all.
Just nonstop announcing. I love it. I'm sure they're paying you handsomely.
Every night. Oh, yeah. Evidently there's an issue with the check in the bank because it hasn't dropped yet. But wow. Maybe.
That's unlike Bayport. Usually
I don't want to complain because I don't want them to take it away from me. Constantly. Been throwing a little more NIL money out there, though, so we don't have as much.
Nice. Well, that's really cool. I was going to give you a hard time because that game against Kimberly, you talked about how you would not say their name, but you did say their name, like you said. I think it was 2 times. You said Kimberly. I think you got in the heat of the moment and you said it, and I was like, wow. Breaking his rules.
Well, it's funny because we got to the booth and we went live, and we're overlooking. You're way up top at Kimberly. We're in the second story, and I'm like, and I said, I go, when you're sitting in the skybox at Bayport, you can overlook the bay. You kind of feels like San Diego, right? And I'm like, here, it feels like Kimberly, just a stadium. I don't think they like that either. Can't win them all.
Yeah, well, that's funny, though, that they thought it was supposed to be an impartial. And now I did have to ask you, in the playoff games, you have to pay to be able to broadcast. Did they pay to be able to broadcast that then?
Huh. I don't know.
Wow, interesting.
I would assume so because that's sectionals. You are correct. Yeah, that's a lot, though. There's a lot of sponsors, and we're trying to read through them. And then we'll just throw it off a cuff. We'll just get your soccer balls at Kemp's Hardware. We got to get some sponsors here. I kind of got pretty good at it.
You did get good at it. You were throwing them in there. I was impressed.
And what's funny is everywhere, like in the area, like I went to a golf outing, and on one of the holes, I knew one of the women working the table. I forget what the prize is, whatever. But the lady next to her is like, hey, are you the voice of Bayport? And I'm like, soccer only. And she's like, wow. we followed all the games. We listened. And I'm like, looking for a pen, right? Just in case. She didn't want an autograph. But
surprising.
It was fun. My buddy Jason, who did it with me, was at a grad party, and they were talking to him the whole time about it.
Well, and if people don't remember, Jason's a friend of the show. I think he was episode 10 or something like that. I mean, way back. He was like
Yeah.
one of our first guests ever.
Cross coach.
So,
Yep.
yeah. So that was really cool. I got to, when I saw that he was on there, I was like, friend of the show. I love it. It's good stuff.
And he's a more reserved guy, but he started to come alive at the end. I don't know if you're going to believe this, but I kind of overpowered everything.
No.
With my knowledge. Yeah. Weird.
Attaboy. Well, hey.
We got yelled at for we got a little reprimand for one of the games. We kind of got on the refs a little bit. And then we toned it down, of course, at the end and how great they are. And yeah. I don't know. I'm thinking about reffing. I know a lot.
I think you should. I think that'd be awesome.
Yeah. So what about you? I mean, assistant coach?
Yeah, no, it was a good season. Honestly, really pleased with how it turned out. We had our first winning record in, I think, 6 or 7 years. So it was a great season for us to be able to kind of keep that tide moving. We moved up to third in the conference instead of being fourth or fifth or sixth. And the other cool part, the conference champions, well, we made them the co-champions because the conference champions came in. They were 7-0 undefeated, and we beat them in our house. That was such a great win, such a cool feeling. And then because we beat them, they became co-champions with Everest. So, it was a really good season for us. I mean, the team really made great strides. The coach lost. Was the first year for him, and I thought he ran a really great ship. I mean, the team was much improved. Nothing against Jake. Obviously, Jake was great too, but we continued to make strides, just like Jake had done as well, which was really cool. So, it was a really good season. Amelia had a good season personally. I thought that was really cool. So, no, overall, great season. We did lose in the first round again to Everest, which sucked. We can't get past them, but it is what it is. Hopefully we can continue to make improvements and beat them next year. But overall, really, really good season. And it was a lot of fun playing Bayport again. I heard we're back on the schedule with you guys next year. So we get to go to your house. So that'll be fun.
You're coming to our house.
Yep. So we'll get to continue that. So that'll be fun.
Well, maybe have you up in the booth if you can get away from the sidelines.
Yeah, maybe. That'd be kind of fun.
Put this band back together. We could each be partial to our own teams.
You know what? I might talk to Coach Lawson, see if we can do that, because that would be kind of fun to do that for that game. And maybe we have somebody else take the stats.
Yeah, get a kid. You got a lot of kids. Have Lucy over there writing down stuff.
That's right. Yeah, we could do this. No, I will keep that in mind because I think that would be a lot of fun. We should do that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you had your first high school graduate in the family.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, first graduate heading to lacrosse now, which is good. So, yeah, we'll move him in at the end of August.
I think lacrosse is a great school.
It is a good school. He liked it because he's got a lot of friends that are going there, but it's also a runner school. So he's going to be in the running club. He's not good enough to be on their team. They won national championship last year. So they're really competitive, but he's going to try to be on the running club and maybe work into being on that team in the years to come. So we'll see, but he really likes it. He's going into finance. And I'm really proud of him. I mean, he's way smarter than I ever was. He's almost got a full year's worth of credits already going into college, which is kind of crazy. I'm super pumped about because it's less money he has to spend. But man, talk about AP credits paying off big. So if you're listening and you're not sure about AP credits, it's worth it if you do good on them. I wouldn't have.
Yeah, they just came out too. The last round of tests. My nerd kid got back. She did well. So,
yeah, I expect your kid to do well. I mean, Isaac got a 5 on AP Calc, which I was really surprised. I'm very proud of him. That's a very good job. I wouldn't get a 0 on AP Calc.
I know. Well, they didn't offer me those classes in my day.
Yeah,
but no, it's. That's exciting. Then you'll be down 1, right? The house gets a little quieter.
house gets a little quieter, man, which is going to be weird, but it's it's part of life. It's something I've had to. It's been honestly harder for you parents and dads and moms out there that have gone through it. It's way harder than I thought it was going to be. He's 18 now, and you have to start like. I thought I would be fine with like just letting him go do his own thing, but then there's so many times where you're like, I have to remind myself like he's 18, he's going to college, and I am not in control of his life anymore. And that's
Right.
not that I was ever an overbearing parent, but it's like my opinion really doesn't matter anymore.
Well, wait till our big thing. Like we got when Allie went to school, it got quiet, but then we all kind of fell into a routine, and then all of a sudden summer comes after their freshman year, and they show back up. That's when the challenge is, because also you're injecting somebody back into the house, and it blows up the dynamic that we had for 6 months. So
Interesting.
But it's like holy cow, things changed.
Yeah, so but we're looking forward to it. I mean, I'm really excited for him. Should be a lot of fun. The other thing that's kind of crazy in our household, none of our kids had ever had a significant other, and within a month, Isaac and Amelia both have significant others and seem to be very serious significant others. And it's gone from like, it's just been weird. It's been a lot, man. It's been a lot going on. So it's a good thing. It's just different.
Where is the other going to college? Is she going to college?
Isaac's girlfriend is going to. She's actually a D1 runner for Minnesota. So she's going to Minnesota. He's going to go to lacrosse, and then Amelia is dating a cross country runner, surprisingly enough too, and he's going to be he's a senior next year. So yeah, so it's just kind of crazy. It's just like to go from nothing, and then within 1 month, you got 2 kids dating somebody else, and now we're meeting these random people. It's just been very new for us. So people actually went to prom, which is weird, with a boy, and it's like, what is going on? I had to clean the gun.
Curfews, you got always keep it clean. Keep it clean. You never know when that's got to just be on the table.
Yeah, so it's been
crazy.
Fun. It's been a really fun time. So,
and then your daughter, your oldest, Amelia, has made a decision.
She did. She made a decision. She is
on her future.
She's going to be attending the University of Minnesota Duluth for continuing her soccer career, and she's really excited about it. She's actually there right now. Just for personal visit. She wanted to go up there with Sarah. So they're checking out UMD, and we're really excited about it. It's going to be, I think, a really good opportunity for her. And I think in the end, it's a really good school. I think the program has struggled recently, but hopefully it's going to start to move its way up. And I think that there's a lot of signs that's going to happen. So yeah, she's really excited about it. I'm happy for her. I'm glad she was able to have that opportunity and make the decision. And yeah, it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. Coach Greg has been really cool throughout the whole process. And looking forward to watching her continue on and continue to play after high school's done.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just nice to have that done. I mean, right? I mean, you were jaunting from South Dakota. You said you made a run to Michigan, and it's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, but and obviously, like Greg said, our buddy Greg, his daughter Emily plays and is going to Milwaukee. It doesn't really end because you still have to assume that maybe something won't, maybe something changes, but that's where it's at right now. So yeah, it's a good thing.
Excellent. Well, we're happy for. We're still on the outside looking in. Macy hasn't. We're going to make one more run. We'll head up to Duluth. Go ahead. What's that?
Oh, I was just going to say, there's always room. There's always room for at least one more.
Right. So she's going to tour. We're going to retour Duluth, Loras, and then she wants to tour Madison. So we're gonna take a run.
Cool.
But so we have our views. We all have our different views, so we'll keep it that way. But so yeah, we
I
get
will
back
say-
from Florida, and then
No, I was
Go
just going
ahead.
to say, I'll say the one thing that surprises me when I think more about this team. I really do believe, and I know I'm biased, but I really do believe that this is that the team that those girls are on is probably one of the best at their age group in the state. I think they'd hang with almost anybody, and it's just amazing to me that the best team at their age group in the state has not garnered more interest. I mean, you think about it, there's only 2 girls committed off that team. And there's a lot of quality girls on that team. Now, some of them may decide that they don't want to play on, which, that's going to happen. But it just surprises me that there's been so little interest in that team. I every time I think about it, I'm like, it's just weird to me. I don't know. This whole recruiting game it's a whole nother podcast we could talk about, but it's a very interesting process, this whole recruitment thing.
oh, I think we could have multiple. I think the system is broken. I think there's some laziness, but we can go on and on. I think, and you wonder if you look back, right, knowing where our kids are today, if you'd have taken the leap to play in Milwaukee, to play the high level, where does that pan out?
Yeah.
Because I think the money being spent to fly, I mean, we're spending enough, but we're nowhere near what the ECNL kids are doing or GA.
Not even
So
close.
is that going to come back? Because let's be honest, who's getting full rides in girls soccer, right? You might get an academic full ride, you might get a half, but are you truly getting a free ride of education? It doesn't happen that often.
No, it does not.
So if you're in it for 35, 40 grand a year, which I think some of these parents are,
yep,
you've paid for college 1.5 times. It's a big pill to swallow, right?
It is. And the other thing about that is you could go all through that. Now, one of the things I'm learning that is if you have ECNL behind your name, it definitely opens more doors. I mean, there's no question about it. I was looking at something recently where they basically said it was a number of coaches that were polled, and they're like, yeah, the way that we search, like if you come into an ID camp, they look at the whole list that they get, and then they sort it by ECNL, like your like what club you're a part of. And if you're not ECNL, they don't even really pay attention. And I can tell you for a fact that has happened to Amelia because there was times where she got, sent out a film and they were interested, had a recommendation from a coach that she go and talk to the school. They were interested. They talked to her. She shows up. They didn't even speak to her. Like once they realized that she wasn't ECNL, it didn't matter anymore. And that's just the reality of how it goes. Like
that's crazy.
If you're not ECNL, they at certain levels they don't care. They have no interest in you. It doesn't matter where you played. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's pretty nuts.
Because there's some bad ECNL. There's some really bad ECNL teams, and like you said, I think our team would take down the 08 FC Wisconsin without a problem. I think we'd give everybody a run, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. So yeah, it's really interesting. And this isn't necessarily to say that you should just go out and jump into ECNL, but if you really have aspirations of playing D1, especially now, like ECNL, like I don't fault, some of the people we know that did that. They made that switch because if you really are thinking you want to play Division 1, that is really your only pathway, it's a very rare that your pathway is going to be outside of ECNL. Like I think Emily, I give her a lot of credit. The fact that she's going D1, and I've told Sarah this a few times. I think if Emily was on FC Wisconsin, she probably would be Power 4. Like she would probably be getting recruited at a very, very high level.
I agree, and we're talking about. We'll get a hold of Greg because I think we both would love to have Greg on because their path to get her to where she was started early.
Yes,
they toured all the schools that we did. They did a year and a half ago,
right?
But they were vigilant on film. They were vigilant on everything. She had opportunities for basketball, so it's pretty neat. I think what helped with that too is how many times did we play the Milwaukee coach who's coaching club?
Yeah.
and I think she's the best defender in the state. So that was pretty easy to line up, right? But
Yep.
yeah, it'll be fun to get Greg's take.
No, it would. It really would, and we definitely are going to try to have Greg on. Greg, if you're listening, expect that question. We think it'd be a lot of fun. So
yeah, clean up your act, get a haircut. You got to look presentable.
That's
Kinda
right.
like us.
Exactly.
But we switch gears now, right? We finished high school, and at the beginning of high school, I'm fired up. I'm ready to go because you play local. I have to drive to Stevens Point and back. It is what it is. It's an hour and a half each way. Like, it doesn't matter.
Right. Yep.
Then you start knocking out 3 games a week, and then the grind starts. But all of a sudden, that comes to a halt.
Quick.
And now our next, like, everybody's like, "Oh, you're taking a break after soccer? You just played in Kimberly." I said, "No." Now they're like, "Where's your next game?" I'm like, "Orlando." And they're like,
yeah, just a little place in Florida.
Bit far. So for those that don't know, this is the third and final stage of the tournament, right? So we were in Phoenix.
Yep.
And then we won there. We went to Round Rock. By the way, Round Rock is right outside of Kerrville, where that flooding happened.
No kidding.
If you look at the map, what flooded, Round Rock, Austin, and then that Kerrville is right there. It's crazy.
Oh, I did not know that. I didn't even look on the map.
Yeah. Because they showed it, and I'm like, holy crap, we were there. And
prayers out to all those.
And
families.
now because just horrible. And I follow it. That stuff drives. That shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
But we now move on to Orlando. Final 16 teams in the USYS. Right. Pretty big deal. Good teams. Tigers are there out of Michigan. There's some high-level teams, and I think there's one coach signed up. Maybe. It's going to be intense.
Good luck.
We're going to save them a spot. Oh, God. So, but I think that ship has sailed, hoping for recruiters at these things. Remember that time where were we, Kansas City last year, and the University of Iowa coach was sitting across from us, and we think she was sleeping? We were not entertained.
Yeah. Fun fact about her. She actually did reach out to Amelia, and she's now the head coach at Grand Valley State, which, apparently Grand Valley State is, had a lot of national championships at the Division II level. So hopefully she does well. But, she wasn't totally sleeping. But, there was a time where she did look like she was sleeping.
That's a step backwards, right? I mean, you're coaching Big Ten soccer.
She was the assistant.
Grand Valley State is a good school. Oh, she was the assistant. Good. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then that's a good step, right?
Yeah, it was a good step for her. And actually, the head coach at Iowa was the former Grand Valley State head coach. And then he or she moved, I can't remember his gender, moved over to Iowa after they had like 4 or 5 national championships. So, so maybe that's the pipeline. I don't know. They moved from Grand Valley to Iowa. So.
Interesting pipeline.
Yeah. Anyways. So no, that is going to be a really interesting down in Florida. It's going to be crazy hot. The girls, I don't know if they're going to be able to be ready for it. I mean, I've had Amelia, I told her to go midday, like you need to go out midday. And we've had 80s, 90s, like go practice. That's the only way you're going to have some use to that weather, but we're not going to be ready for what it's like down in Florida.
No, and I looked at today, actually, the forecast right now does say rain Monday, Tuesday, and then high of 90 for the week, which beats 100.
That's not horrible. Yeah, it beats 100.
The humidity. Well, the nice thing is our games are at 1:30, and
hottest part of the day. That's
on
great.
The hotness scale. That's going to be awesome. Plus, it burns a whole day, right? You're not going to do anything before the game.
Right.
And you're gonna be
Can't do anything after
exhausted
it.
after. So no. So how many family are you bringing? Everybody?
So here's how we're doing it. Amelia, Lucy, and Oliver and I are all driving down, and then Sarah's got to work. She's going to miss the games. As soon as the games are over, Isaac and Amelia and Sarah are going to join us via plane down in Orlando. We're going to put our Mickey ears on, and we're going to go see that stupid mouse, and then Isaac's going to fly back, and then we're going to drive back with Sarah. So. Can't wait.
It's a lot of moving pieces.
It's a lot of them. I was so excited that we were going to get to go to Disney again.
You're so lucky. I am not going to Disney.
I'm sorry.
So I just heard that. Well, we are talking about going to Universal. I've been there. I like that.
There you go.
But,
that's a good one.
So I'm leaving Friday, and I'm driving down by myself because I have some work to do on the way. And then
Business trip.
Jackie and Macy are going to. Yeah, I have to be at the Orlando airport at like 11:20 on Sunday. So they're flying down, and then we're all going to drive back.
Okay, cool. That'll be fun.
So
you're gonna love that.
Quick 21 hours. Yeah. So if we don't do as well as expected, then we're going to probably head up by the University of Tennessee and spend the night and take a tour or make some stops along the way. Maybe take 2 nights getting home.
I love it.
If we push on through Sunday, so if we win and then we move on, then we're going to just have to hightail it back.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Did you book a hotel for the after already? I haven't done anything. I'm just kind of, I don't know. I'm almost at the mindset of like, I'm just going to see what happens because I think we can win. I mean, I'm looking at it, and I know our friends have been texting back and forth about how we definitely have the opportunity to win. I like, how do you plan for something like that? Because we have to win all 3, correct? It's not like we can lose one.
Pretty much, right?
Yeah. So I just, to me, I don't know.
I think I'm with you on. Could we make it? Yeah, I'm with you. But every time, so you go Indianapolis, St. Louis, Kansas City, right? All the regionals. We get into the hot, and we always just kind of falter a little bit. So
Yeah.
I did book, I think, through Friday night. I think that's the way I did it online. But, if we lose Tuesday, I'm chopping that up, and then we're probably going to take off Thursday.
Yeah.
After the game or whatever.
See, I have it through Thursday, and then the nice thing I have is an out. I have my friend, my college roommate, best friend is down there, and I'll just go and crash with him if I have to.
Yeah, why not? Right?
Yeah. So that'll be good.
So Sarah flies in Friday or Saturday?
No, she actually can't get there until Tuesday. So we're just hanging out down there. If we lose, we're just hanging out. Sarah and Oliver and Lucy and Amelia and I, we're just gonna go see the beach. We're bringing the metal detector. We're gonna go see if we can find some gold. We're gonna just hang out, and then we're waiting for them to get down there and meet us. So yeah, I mean, if we win, we'll have some stuff to do. If we don't win, I'm gonna have to figure out some stuff for us to do. I'm gonna have to become creative dad. So we'll see how that goes.
All right. Well, there's some fun. You go to the Gulf of America. You got Clearwater.
Yep.
Beautiful beach. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll go down there.
You'll be all right.
Sure.
It's a neat area.
Oh, it is. It is.
I just wanted to go tour Cape Canaveral. Yeah.
Ooh, that'd be fun.
It'll be interesting. I don't know what to expect.
Alligator Alcatraz. We could go check that out.
I saw a shirt online that I thought about getting, but I didn't know. Sometimes you don't know where your crowd you're in. But if I'm wearing one, it is what it is. Hey, I did buy something, so it's Amazon Prime Days, and my family has saved me a lot of money. Let's put it that way.
That's nice.
But I did order something. It is a fan, right? It's a fan that fits on your belt, and then you put your shirt into the clasp on the other side, so it blows cold air on your body. Saw it on the line.
But where does it get the
I
cold
wanted
air?
to tell you. Probably hot. Jackie, my wife thinks it's going to just blow hot air on me. It says cold air. But I wanted you to know that. So when I pull it out, I don't want you getting all like putting your shirt over me and then my shirt over you. I just want to be, I want to get it out there that I'm really cool.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll try to restrain myself.
Right.
Amazon Prime Days, man.
I don't want to get in a fight. Terrible.
Well, thanks for the heads up. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It sounds like there's actually more people driving down out of our team than I would have guessed. Usually almost everybody flies, but it sounds like there's at least 3 or 4 people driving. So that'll be kind of interesting. That'll be a little bit different vibe when you got people. And I think there's probably going to be some vacations planned around it. I mean, you're down in Florida, why not? So I would imagine more families, more everybody.
What's nice is I did find out the hotel lets you park your car there for $20 a night.
For real?
That's what I was told. We might be parking across the street and walking over.
Dude, I hate that stuff.
I know.
Nickel and dime, man. That's all it is.
We'll try to talk our way into that. Yep. We'll talk our way out of that.
All right.
But this,
well, anyways.
Yeah, I was surprised too, but I think the length of time that we're there throws everything off because you don't know if you're there for 3 days or 6 days. So to get in there, to get a flight home and all that, it's just kind of a hassle.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's definitely these things are not easy to plan for because you have no idea how you're going to do. So, anyways, it's great to be there. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's pretty awesome that we got a chance to go. It's pretty awesome that we, it's a good opportunity for the girls. Any of those that are still looking for their next opportunity, if they're going to play college, it's a good place to get film against good competition. So, yeah, it's a positive thing for sure.
Are you, now I know Amelia and Macy both had tried out, made the team again for club. We are kind of, we're not going, but I think this will be our last big travel for soccer.
Yeah. How does that work for next year? I mean, obviously, if we do well this year, do we have are we going to go down and do regionals and all that stuff? I know the team before us basically didn't. They just kind of were like, yeah, we're done. Right. So I'd assume that's kind of how it works because after you're a senior, it's kind of like if you haven't made your decision to play at this point, like what are you going for? So I would assume that this is our last hoorah.
Yeah, and next year they change the age group again. They go back.
Oh, that's right.
September or August 1st or whatever. So at the end of the day, we'll lose half our team to the nines, I guess. So, which is a win for them, right? Because then they don't miss that recruiting period a little more.
Yeah, it is a win for them.
But yeah, we'll be pushed up and into the older kids. So it's kind of now or never in my eyes.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like this is the last time because we're not, from our perspective, we're not going to be wanting to send Amelia all over the place when she's getting ready for going into college. So if there's the last thing we probably want to do would be maybe in June, and then that would be it. And then it's getting ready for college. So yeah, I think it's probably this is fair to say this is our last hoorah. This is the last chance. Hopefully they'll have a good run down in Florida and make the most out of it. And then you and I can spend our thousands of dollars elsewhere.
It's going to be amazing. I'm going to buy carpet. I'm assuming something I want.
I'm sure it's going to be something that is very practical and boring, but it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, you got 2 more coming up then. What sports do they
Yeah.
like?
Well, Lucy's favorite sport is basketball. Oliver's is probably football. So it'll be fun. But they all. I mean, Lucy plays basketball, soccer. Oliver and does cross country. Oliver does track, soccer, football, and basketball. But his soccer's probably going to go by the wayside. Would be my guess. So. Yeah.
Running's good.
Yeah. It's cheap.
Fairly cheap too.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it. So
Go run.
that's right.
Well, you're in the land of runners over there, so that makes sense. Well, I was going to ask you, how's the ice cream truck coming?
Dude, we've been busy this year. I feel bad. I reached out to Paul and I haven't. I'm like, hey, we should do this, and I have not gotten back to him because this summer we've been so busy with the ice cream truck, and then my parents are moving into an assisted living. They're actually there, and so we're trying to do this. I'm in charge of like the whole Medicaid thing, so it's just I have been not dealing with probably some of the stuff I should be with the business, but yeah, it's been good. It's been really, really good. It's been a lot. So I mean, I'm off for the summer, but it's like I fill my days with, and like today was like almost nonstop. I did online teaching, and then I do a bunch of grading, and then as soon as I do that, I did like sending invoices for the business, sending emails for the business, and then trying to find new options, and then after I do that, then it's running kids here to and fro, and then yeah, it's been the summer has been crazy busy. I cannot believe it's half over. It's wild to me. I mean, I have no problem filling it up with lots and lots of stuff, but the business is good.
Yeah, no, that's good. That's good. Did you find a local supplier for ice cream?
No, still driving down to Madison, and actually, they've been still really good, and I'm going to continue to do that. But I really would like to start a location. I would really like to make that. Well, there's some things happening that maybe that'll, I don't know, might be a possibility.
Well, brick and mortar, love it.
Yeah, a little brick and mortar, and
you gotta compete.
Yeah, I can't say what it is, but there might be something in it for the UWSP kids too. So your daughter might be interested in something that we're looking at doing. So yeah, something close to campus.
She might need a little jobby job, Jeremy. Little jobby job.
Well, I need some people to promote what we might be doing. So apparently it's really the young kids would apparently really like it. That's what I've been told. So we'll see.
Well, there's that one place in Point that's kind of got the market cornered. You got to kind of knock them down and take over.
That's right. Bust some legs. Yeah, no,
whatever it'll
be good. That's right. So, anyways,
well, that's exciting, right?
So
you got time.
We'll see. I'll keep you posted. But right now, it's teaching and it's doing as best you can with the truck. But the nice thing about a location is it would give us some options with, if I could get somebody in there to run it, it doesn't always have to be me, and it could still be something that's generating revenue. There's other headaches that go along with that, obviously, but that's kind of the end goal. So, got to be like Toby. Got to be a business owner.
Yeah, gray hair, pressed, no sleep. It's awesome. Before you bought that ice cream truck, you had beautiful black hair.
I know. No, it's all gray. And even the beard is starting to go gray. It's all gray here now. Man, it's all changing.
Kids, I tell you, it's kids.
I know. All right. So what else do we want to cover before?
Yeah,
I think we're going to do a show right before we leave, and we might even try to do a show down in Florida. This is something we've never done. So even though we haven't had a show going, I have been playing with and trying to figure out a way to do this live. So as long as we can figure out something, we might do something live where it's just we're all in the same room, which would be really kind of fun.
Yeah, we'll have to figure out, because how many computers can you run?
Well, we would run this off one computer, and I figured out a way to make this where it would actually be
Okay.
multiple cameras on the same computer, and it would be one's on you, one's on me, and then we kind of go from there. And I'll drive on the computer, but I think I can do this. I think, and we'll see how it goes.
So do you want? I'll bring my computer because it's coming.
Yeah,
in.
yeah,
You
yeah.
want me to bring my microphone just in case?
Oh, bring it. I'm going to bring 2 or 3 microphones along as well, just in case we have a couple guests, and then we'll because I have 2 extras, I think, along with my trusty one here, my Yeti. So we'll kind of see what we can do, and I'm going to bring 2 or 3 extra cameras, and yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Do you want me to call like an establishment and tell them a big podcast is coming to town? Can we film there?
Maybe, or we'll just do it in the lobby, or do
It's just
I don't
me
know,
and
find just do it. We'll do it in a room or something. It'll be a good time.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So,
Absolutely. I got some big headphones too that go over the ears, make me look important.
oh, that's nice. That's a smart move. We should do that instead of these little earbuds.
Yeah. Bluetooth. Yeah.
Nice.
They're great because I cut them on and they drown out the no noise. So yeah, well, this is gonna be fun. I'm excited.
For sure. Yeah. So we'll try to connect a few more times here this summer. If you know anybody that would be good on the show, I think that would be a good one. We have a couple people. I got to reach back out to the one that said after season. I never did. I will do that, and we'll see if we can get her on after Florida. That'd be fun. And then we'll see. Maybe Greg would want to do it too. That'd be a good time.
Yeah, and I had talked to a couple of the colleges where Macy's looking at, and I kind of informed them that they might be coming on. So we'll see.
Nice. Well played.
Figured I'd wait until something happens before I do anything. But since Amelia is signed, we get Coach Greg up there on.
Yeah, I think he'd do it. He's actually pretty nice dude. I think he'd be down. That'd be a good time. Cool.
Do you know he's the only coach that they've ever had?
I know. That dude has been there for like 30-some years. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah. That
Pretty
is
impressive.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
good.
That works for me.
All right, man. Well, hey, it was fun. Let's plan on let's see if we can do one next week. We'll post it on the social medias if you want to jump on. But otherwise, that'll do it for this week. And then if nothing more, we will see you down in Florida, and we'll be broadcasting games. Yours truly will be broadcasting. Toby will be the lead, and then we'll get those out there. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully, Loons can come out victorious.
Yeah, I'm going to get a new phone tomorrow. New cameras.
Oh my.
Ready. Oh yeah.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Big time.
It's time. That camera's this thing is broke and bad, and it's time to step up my game for Florida.
iPhone 17.
Maybe a 15. Let's not get nuts.
Nice. Awesome, man. Well, we're looking forward to it. We'll be in touch. Well, hopefully we can do one next week before we officially head off, and then we'll kind of go from there. So sweet.
Perfect.
All right. Have a good night, everybody.
I'll text you, and then see ya.
Sounds good.